Hey guys, what's he up to now? Well, I'm going to show you this recipe I've been making, so I pretty much got it memorized. So, it's a banana bread, but it's going to be a banana bread cake, and it's gluten-free. I'm using almond flour. So first I'm going to show you this little trick I do. I used to use wax paper, and I had to peel it off my cake like in little strips. So I'm going to use parchment. So I already made a circle with a magic marker on my parchment. So what I do is I get that, and I make a fold in it. I get another piece, I fold it, get it lined up in there nicely, nice and tight. Then I just hold this carefully, cut just inside my magic marker line. There, then I get my two pieces to the bottom of my cake, and they fit perfect. Look at that. See, one shot, you get two. Alright, so I'm going to use a little spray in there, and out underneath and on top of the paper, and then it prevents it from sticking. So I just wanted to show you that before I get done. Well, here, I got 3 cups of almond flour, okay? I'm going to use 3 cups of almond flour. Then I got this stuff called peanut butter powder. I'm going to be using peanut butter powder. 1 cup of that. So 3 cups of almond flour, 1 cup of peanut butter powder. There we go, give or take, close enough. Yeah, we get maybe even a dash more. So we're going to have that. Then I'm going to use a little bit of baking soda, about a tablespoon. That's about, I got this thing down so good I can't mess it up. Alright, that's about a tablespoon. Then I'm going to use just a little bit of baking powder as well in conjunction, because I'm not sure which one's going to make this almond flour rise. So about the same of each. And then that's pretty much that for that. And then just a little bit of salt. So I'm just going to grind a little bit of salt in there. Alright, and then we're going to add, let me grab it here, and so yeah, should have been more prepared. I'm going to add a little bit of cocoa powder, approximately, if I can get it in there, about half a cup of cocoa powder. What do you think of that? Yeah, close enough. Dump that in there too. There, got some cocoa powder in there. That's gluten-free. It's non-sweetened cocoa powder. No sugar either. This would be close. This is going to be a close recipe for a diabetic too. All right, so I got all my dry ingredients. I'm going to stir them all up, and that's what we need for the dry ingredients. Then I'm going to come back and show you the wet ingredients. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Didn't take long, did it? So anyway, you need 4 ripe bananas. I don't know what you guys think, but they look like they're pretty ripe to me. So, let's see here what they look like on the inside. Ah, perfect. So I got this container here. I'm just going to peel these. Now, I don't really think you need to watch me smash bananas, but you need 4. So I'm going to smash up the bananas. Then I'm going to come back and show you the rest of the ingredients I'm going to add to these smashed bananas for the wet ingredients. Alright, so I will be right back after I guess after I get done peeling the bananas. Throw these suckers in there. 4 bananas. I think I'm going to call this, not sure, Banger Drums Banana Bread Cake. Something like that. I always like to, for my recipes, I like to try to come up with something musical for a name for the recipe. So, need at least 4 good bananas. Alright, I'm going to mash them up, and I'll show you what else I do. Be right back. Well, I told you I had this recipe almost memorized. Well, I forgot. I usually put some of this in it. It's not real sugar. It's called, well, the brand name is Truvia, but it's from stevia leaf, which is okay for diabetics. And since I have all these issues, but I forgot, I put all that cocoa powder in there, and that's pretty bitter. So I'm going to add, I forgot to do this, I'm going to have to re-stir that up after. 2, 3, 4. 4 tablespoons of that. I'm going to be using that later because we're going to make a homemade frosting too. So anyway, I'll stir that up again. So I got my bananas mashed, like I told you. And over here, I've got 4, I want to show you beaten eggs. I got 4 eggs beaten. There's no sense in watching. You know how to beat eggs. So I'm just going to add that in there. 4 beaten eggs. And get all of it. Okay. And then we're going to add to that, on top of that, we're going to add just a couple tablespoons of oil. See how I do that? That's what I call too for this recipe. Alright, so we got that. And now we're going to add a little bit of vanilla. Well, about a tablespoon. There we go. And to that, also, just to make it a little more sweeter, because I do have a sweet tooth, and this is good for you. We're going to add, those of you guys that saw my farmer's market video on my sweet tooth, this is where I get my honey. You can go back and watch that video and see what farmer's market and Jericho, and I like going there. So I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of honey. This is the real deal here in Vermont. Honey is good for you too, but I mean, still it affects your diabetes. But I'm only putting a couple tablespoons in. This is the only real sugar in the whole thing, but gluten-free for sure. Definitely gluten-free. Alright, get it all in there. But don't worry, I'll wash my hands. Plus, it's going to be baked. So, alright. Honey is good. Well, now I'm going to finish mixing that up. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to incorporate it. Got to wash my hands. Alright, guys, I'm back. All cleaned up. And, hey, by the way, now, I'm sure you guys seen that game, Find the Differences in 2 Pictures. Well, there's something different going on, and I'll tell you in a second. I'll give you a few minutes to see if you can figure out what's different. Alright, I'll tell you. I had my dry ingredients in here, but I like using this bowl for my wet ingredients first. If you figured it out before I told you, let me know. But anyway, so I got everything infused the way I want. I'm going to add my powder here to the wet mixture now. I'll do some now, go slow. Guess you're going to have to watch a little bit. So you go slow, get most of it infused, and then I'll add the rest. Just keep on taking your time. If you go too fast, you'll get it all over the place. And scrape off some on the edge if you want. Just keep on doing this kind of action. Alright, starting to get gooey now. Now I'm going to add the rest. And I'm going to keep on doing that until it's all mixed up. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I get done doing that deal. Alright, be right back. Alright, I got it all mixed up. If I had one of those tabletop things for like making dough and stuff, those big mixers, I'd probably use that, but this is good enough for me. So anyway, I usually add chocolate chips to it as well, because I like chocolate. And I'm going to show you how to make my frosting later. So I got 70% dark chocolate. I usually have stevia chocolate chips, but this has only got 4 grams of sugar in the whole. So, and it's not going to be, well, that's quite a bit. Oh well. That's a lot of chocolate chip. So now we're going to... Oh, that was my oven that just went off. I preheated that to 350 degrees. So you want your oven at 350. That's not that many chocolate chips. There's only going to be once in a while in a piece. So I guess that wasn't as bad as I thought. I don't see a whole lot anymore, do you? It's pretty much all gone. No more chocolate chip. I could add more. No. That's enough. I don't want too much sugar. It's got, yeah, that's plenty of sugar. Anyway, whoops, I just bumped my... Alright, so now we're ready for pouring. Got it with my paper in there. And I gotta try to figure out half and half here. Half in one, half in the other. So, let's see. That looks about, whoa, that's probably more than right, but we'll see. Let's see what those piles look like. Okay, I'll put a little bit more in here, and I'll put a little bit more in the other one, and I guess it's about right. Alright. A bit more over here. And I'll finish it up over here. Okay. Get all I can. It is good stuff. Alright. There we go. Good enough. And then we're just going to kind of spread it around so it's a little more even. There we go. Spread that around so it's a little more even. I can see some chocolate chips now. Guess I put enough in. So one last trick I like to do to try to get it even Stevens is smash it down like that. And that'll help level it out. Just like that. And you bake it for about, I put it in for 25 minutes. And I rotate them because I'm anal like that. I'll give them half a spin and I'll switch which side of the oven it's on because my oven does cook a little hotter on one side than the other. So I do that to make sure they're evenly baked. Put in for 25 minutes. I do that. And usually it's only about another 10, 12 minutes after that and it's done. So a total of 35 minutes, 40 at the tops. But usually about 35 it's done. So we'll come back and check that after I take it out of the oven. The oven's already preheated. So until then, hang loose. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're out of the oven. 35 minutes and looking good to me. I've done this so many times I can tell. I use a toothpick. Don't know if a toothpick really works with almond flour. I know you use it with flour because that stuff is, flour is sticky, but anyway, I know it's done because I've done this so many times. So now I gotta let it cool on this rack I got here. And then when it's cool enough, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator even longer. And then when I come back, I'll show you how I make my frosting for this cake and show you how easy it comes out of the pans. Alright, be right back. You're lucky you don't have to sit here and wait till the oven gets done and stuff. This is going to be quick for you. Alright, we'll be right back. Bye. Okay guys, the cake's almost cooled down. So I'm going to show you what we do for frosting. And let this simmer. I got this double boiler. It's already got water in it. And here's some dark chocolate, 85% dark chocolate. We've got 2.8 ounces sweetened with stevia. So there's no sugar in this chocolate either. And what I like to do is to get this little processor out just to speed up the melting process. I get my chocolate bar and just break it up in pieces and chuck it in here. There we go. I'll put that in there and then make sure you turn down your TV for that. Alright, there we go. That's good. Like I said, it just speeds up the process. But before I pour that in there, I'm going to use 3/4 of a stick of butter. Not margarine, butter. Butter is better for you. This is better with butter. And then I get a whole package of cream cheese here. You know how you usually buy them. So I'm going to cut this in chunks. And what I do with this is I'll drop these pieces in a... I'll just finish what I was doing here. Oh, come on, get off there. Chop this up. There we go. Usually cube it. When I was first designing this recipe, I tried just using the egg beater to beat up this, and all my cream cheese got stuck in the beater. It's like, what do I do now? And I'm like, oh yeah, pour the hot chocolate in there and then try beating it. So that melts this down. But anyway, this makes it easier. Cut it up in chunks. Like there. And I put that in my mixing bowl. And I wait until the chocolate is melted before I start mixing that up. So that's my trick there. So back to the chocolate. So I'm just going to dump all that right in here with the butter. There we go. And then I'm going to add, because I like chocolate, I'm going to add some more cocoa powder to this. So, whoops, I just got to get a little butter off my hand or whatever. Cream cheese. So I like to add more cocoa to this. Dark chocolate. So we add some cocoa powder to what we're going to be melting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kind of mounded. Well, 4. You saw what I did. More cocoa powder. Now we added more cocoa powder. That's not sweet. We gotta add more stevia. Stevia. Hooray! So let's get 1, almost 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because we got the cream cheese too, so 4. And that'll be about 4 because I didn't put. There we go. That's good. So now we're going to melt all this together. We're going to scoop this and we'll put that in a bowl and mix it up. We'll come back for that. All right, be right back again. Okay, guys, I'm back. I got the chocolate melted down. It took about, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 minutes. When the butter melted, keep on stirring it. You know, so make sure everything looks pretty smooth. So anyway, now I'm going to pour the chocolate in with the cream cheese. Right in here. Pour that all over. Try to get all of it out of this double boiler. Let's see. Oh. You need the light. There we go. I think I got it all there. Now. I don't want to waste any of this chocolate. I like chocolate too much to waste it. Jeez, I gotta get it every last drop. Just about. There. I think that's pretty damn good right there. Yeah, I got most of it. Alright. Well, I don't really bother doing that. Huh. Well, probably because I wanted to lick it. Oh, that's some good frosting right there. Okay, we're going to mix this up. Start off on low. This is probably an antique egg beater I got for free many years ago. Okay, now we'll speed it up some. It's going to take a little bit, but you want to get it smooth, so we'll see how long. This is trickier than the cake and stuff. Alright, then what you want to do before you continue on the merry way, you want to use this and get in there. And that's about the right. It looks really weird when you put this on your cake. It looks like gloss. Then you put it in the refrigerator. I keep this cake in the refrigerator, by the way, and then it hardens. Oh, this chocolate is so good. All right, so we got that. I'll give it another beating. Another beating. That is about that. So now, get the rest of that out the bowl. Do what we did before. Now the trick is, get it centered in there. And we're going to separate it. One half is for the top, one half is for the bottom. Make it look kind of even. And the thing about my recipe and the cake and everything, I have just enough frosting to do this. I don't know. I got lucky when I made up my recipe. So, there we go. So we got that ready. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the cake and show you how that comes off the pans. Hey guys, back. I think in the last shot, I had the camera misadjusted, and I think you saw what we're having for supper. That was shaved steak back there, and I'm gonna cook these up soon, and then I'm gonna add that steak you saw to it. And we're gonna have some make some wraps, put some cheese on them, and bake them in the oven a little bit. That's supper time. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, let's show you how easy this cake comes out. So, I like to go around the edge a little bit with a knife, loosen up the edge. And then plus we want to see what it looks like, so do that. Well, looky there, look at this. That paper just comes right off. Didn't stick one bit. Lay that right down in the center. Ta-da! Now I'm gonna use one half of this. Frost it to frost this half. Then I'm gonna do the edges here too. With my half I got reserved. And okay, when I get done, I guess when I get done doing that, because you don't really need to see me frost, I'll show you what the final result looks like for a 2-layer cake. You already saw one come out. I'm sure the other one's going to come out just as easy, so be right back for the finished product. Alright guys, back one more time. Ta-da! Of course it didn't take too long, right? So I had those burrito fajitas. Those are good. And now it's time for dessert. And the cake's been in the refrigerator. Now, I'm not the best froster. So this is how my cake looked like when it was frosted. So let's see what it's like in the inside. Make a line here. Cut down in. Alright, now I'm going to take a little Okay, take a little piece. There we go. Get that out. Ooh. Almost like I knew what I was doing, huh? Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh. Now, I don't know why people taste this and say, oh, it's great on their cooking channels. Because you guys can't taste it. So I don't know. They could be lying or what. Let's see. Get back on there. You too, chocolate chip. Ah. Wow. As usual. This has come out great. Well, if you get the patience and the time, it's not that hard. Maybe you can have some of yourself some gluten-free banana bread cake. I just got tired of banana bread, so I decided to design this recipe. It's my own original. I hope you liked it. And you guys have a great day and enjoy this recipe if you decide to try to make it. All right, peace out. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, everyone, for hanging. Bye.